name's Anthony and welcome to the debut exhibition of street artist BNS here at Clarendon Fine Art. BNS, whose real name is Mariano, is a Buenos Aires-born street artist who has built a reputation as one of the most exciting artists on the scene through his dynamic compositions. BNS works between his two studios in Barcelona and Brooklyn in New York, two cities with really prestigious street art legacies. Street art is a relatively new genre in terms of the history of art, but really cements itself in the public consciousness in the 1980s in New York, led by artists such as Keith Haring and Jean-Michel Basquiat, and has since blown up into this global phenomenon where artworks by Banksy and the likes of Mr. Brainwash are coveted by some of the leading collectors in the art world. And that uniquely personal style is really apparent when looking at the collection that we have here. BNS cites big cities, skateboard culture, and punk rock as some of his main inspirations. And those really shine through when looking at the two works we have here, New York City State of Mind and Spring on Broadway. You can see the elements of graffiti and architecture come together to really create a striking and gritty sense of the urban environment. The works in the collection can be clearly divided into two distinct series. On the one hand, we have the anonymous portraits, and on the other, the images of icons, such as this work here of Amy Winehouse, titled 27. The series of iconic portraits are a creative reimagining and retelling of the stories of celebrities past and present through the visual language of urban counterculture. Think punk hairstyles, tattoos, and piercings. And this portrait here of David Bowie is one of my favourite iconic portraits in the exhibition. Titled No Masters, which Bowie has tattooed under his eye over here, it's a reference to one of BNS's favourite Bowie songs, Rebel Rebel. Rebels of course have no masters. And it's a fantastic example of BNS's ability to tell stories through different elements of his portraiture. So we have the tattoo of Brixton above Bowie's mouth, a reference to where he was born, and the spider's web on his cheek, a reference to Spiders from Mars, the band with which he recorded The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust. In each one of these portraits, there's a very real sense of spontaneity, but they're also so considered. Part of that is down to BNS's style, but I also think this is a reflection of his process, which he controls from start to finish. BNS begins by constructing the wood panels by hand from scratch, which he then prepares for the application of paint. He then begins to formulate the image by applying acrylic spray paints and screen prints, which he hand pours himself with paints he's mixed by his own hand. At that point, he begins to consider and decide what image he's going to make, and he might add some inks and washes or collage elements, as you can see in these two works here, on my left and right, titled Open Your Eyes, which use handmade Nepalese lacquer paper to create these halos behind. These are two excellent examples of his anonymous portraits. These are a newer body of work that were conceived in reaction to the personal aspect of his icon portraits. So neither of these figures are actually real. Both have been created through the amalgamation of several different figures in order to create a more abstract sense of beauty. BNS has exhibited internationally at both galleries and art fairs and counts Paris Hilton, Macaulay Culkin and Pharrell amongst his collectors. But as street artist first and foremost, it's the urban environment that continues to inspire him, and he's painted murals and continues to paint murals across the globe. It's been a joy taking you guys around this exhibition. I hope you've enjoyed it too. Of course, if you have any further questions or want to inquire about any of the artworks, please don't hesitate to get in touch with your local Clarendon Fine Art Gallery, and any one of our consultants would be more than happy to help.